the worst place you've been broken up with, or a friend's been broken up with, or the worst scenario where you've been broken up with, because no matter what we say, I think this lady has us beat, and we're going to get into her story and our stories just now. So who wants to start up? Who wants to kick it off?
I know a terrible person who was broken up with in a church.
Talk about the circle of life. Church?
Yeah, she and this guy, after like Bible camp would like make out in the bathroom.
Okay.
At the church. And I was
Bible
like,
makes you randy, baby.
And I was like, okay, that's weird.
That is very weird.
And she was like, yeah, and then he like broke up with me, and I was so sad. And I was like, how old were you? And I was like, oh, maybe they did like a little peck, and they were like 5 at Bible camp. And she was like, yeah, I was like 17, and we were like making out at church. And I was like, why? They were doing other stuff too at church, and I was like, what? Why are you telling me this? We've known each other for like a week.
Well, did you confess your sins?
Yeah, I guess
there's a confessional right there.
Very unholy.
Actually, it was a little too holy.
Whoa.
It doesn't count if it's in church.
Probably doesn't count if it's in church. You gotta immediately repent for your sins.
They probably felt weird, just like, every time they look up, there's statues looking at them and portraits and stained glass.
It depends on which church it is.
Oh, what kind of church
it was a Catholic church.
Okay, so yeah.
No,
I'm pretty sure she was Catholic.
Yeah, because they have Jesus on the cross.
Yeah,
and
like Jesus is there.
Bloody and poked and prodded. Yeah.
He's like watching, like they put their heads up, he puts it back down to the side.
he's like, maybe I shouldn't resurrect.
That's
maybe a little bit.
He's got one eye open.
Where? Okay, all right. Open the one. Oh, close it. They see it. Oh, wow. So did they start dating at the church?
Yeah, like they met each other at the church.
So everything in their relationship.
I think they went out outside of the church, but it was just like a place that they were like, oh, it's Sunday.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I have to be here anyways. I might as well say I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, Jill, you're really excited to go to church. Wow. Yeah. I'm really impressed. Yeah, I really want to go.
This person was a terrible person. She had a guy cheat on her by pretending to go to war.
What?
Whoa.
Did he take pictures in his backyard with dirt on him?
He was like, I gotta go back to the army. And I'm like, he's not going to the army, he has blue hair.
Damn.
The drill instructors would not fly in boot camp.
And then he accidentally sent her a Snapchat. She was posting photos of her crying because she thought he was going to war. Uh-huh. And then I was like, oh my God.
He takes a picture with Saving Private Ryan on in the background.
He's green screening himself into terrible
brutal, honey. I can't deal with this anymore.
He's calling her with the audio extra loud. Yeah.
Explosion.
Damn. Going all out.
Well, he was just at home, during the beginning of lockdown, just hooking up with random people.
Well, maybe he did go to war. Was he playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he got deployed. You never know.
I'm an Instagram model. I'm a soldier in Call of Duty.
With the GameStop pins on his jacket.
I've seen things, man. Things you'll never know.
I bought the DLC.
Enemy recon aircraft in the air.
Wow. Okay. So a church. That's a tough one to beat. I don't know. Who wants to follow up on that one?
I guess you want to go, Addison?
You can go.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Barney.
When I was 16, I used to go.
I love you.
I used to do a lot of back and forth with in-person and online relationships because I would have a nice fill of, I'd be with a person here, and then I'd be like, okay, I hate everybody from in-person on Long Island. I need to find somebody else.
How old are you? I'm 16. I'm 42. Would this be weird?
I mean, I'm 19.
He's talking to our online chat decoy on a chat log. Who thinks he's talking to a 16-year-old girl?
Stop, Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen?
Anyway.
No, not you, Chris Hansen.
He's going to walk through the door.
Why don't you have a seat?
My name is Chris Hansen. This is having a seat with Chris Hansen.
Anyway, I was in a relationship with somebody for 8 months online.
Uh-huh.
And towards the end, I noticed he was acting a little funny. And I was like, I don't understand, why are you being so distant? And I tried asking him, he wouldn't tell me. And I found out that he had a kid with somebody else. And I also found out he was lying, that he was schizophrenic, and that's the reason why he couldn't talk to me anymore, is because he couldn't tell if I was real or not. And then,
oh my God.
Then, as if it couldn't get any better than that, I found out a year or two later after that, he got with another girl who had the same last name as the first girl and got her pregnant too.
What?
So now
What?
he has...
Keeping it all in the family.
Yeah, so he has 2 kids, different women, same last names.
Wow. Okay.
That's a fun Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
You have some zingers. I love it. I love it. Keep it up. Just all in the family. Talk about TV Land earlier.
4 a.m.
We have this in the vault, but we don't have freaking Cha-Cha Slide. All right?
Sean was like, I have a limit.
I have a limit.
The Green Acres theme's got to be in there.
That's kind of what I look. Jamie, that's insane, though,
It
as
is.
we talk about it.
Ridiculous.
Same last name?
Yeah. I said the same thing. I was like, dude, are you serious right now? Why are you keeping it?
Yes. Yes. And then he comes out on a tractor in a suit.
Just for you, buddy.
Green Acres is... Oh, is it more? Oh.
It was like an entire, it's like a whole minute long.
Oh, it's a whole song.
It's a whole song, so we're not playing it all, but...
But this might be the first time in Madhouse history that Green Acres was played on a morning show. Thank you, Mike.
I think it's the only... not just Madhouse history, I think it's morning show history.
I think it's just history in general.
Who's playing this right now?
This could be the
I wanna hear
WHPC's theme
Addison
song.
sing.
It should be.
Welcome to the Nassau Morning Madhouse here on WHPC. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Green Acres is the life for me. Farm living is the life for me. I forgot the rest here. Far and wide. No, give me that countryside. Yeah. All right, she can shut up.
You can't see it, but it looks like he's riding a horse.
He's really into it. He's like bouncing up and down.
Oh, this show is great.
I wish we were a television show for that point.
Donald Trump and Ellen DeGeneres sang this together.
No way.
What?
Or was it Ellen or someone else? Yeah,
Ellen
Trump
and
dressed.
Trump?
Trump dressed up in overalls, a white T-shirt, a straw hat, and a pitchfork. Green
Early
Acres is the
2000s, I'm
life
guessing.
for me.
Maybe 90s.
That's horrifying.
It's like the early. It's like 2004. Or
Yeah,
5.
early 2000s. Okay.
It's hilarious.
I
Wow.
was like, I don't think this would happen now.
No, that would never happen now.
It was Donald Trump and Megan Mullally.
Megan Mullally. Yeah, not sorry, Ellen.
Sorry, Ellen. Sorry.
It was not Ellen. She's not even blonde.
Yeah.
So going back to
At the Emmys.
that was at
Can
the
you
Emmys?
get that? Can you please?
Do I get the Emmys?
I want to hear that.
All right, I guess I
Just
can
search
look it up.
Donald Trump at Green Acres. It comes up
I'm
immediately.
telling you right now.
It's
Why
clean.
are we looking this up?
It's clean too.
Okay.
Well, it was on
Yeah.
the Emmys. So
Yeah,
I
it
can't
has to.
swear.
Well, I mean, Will Smith
True.
did some
Oh my
non-PG stuff.
God, he looks so
Young.
Green Acres.
not young. He looks older somehow.
You know,
Okay, he reversed.
when you're working in the farm, it'll do that.
No, he looks younger. But
Hold
like,
on. This is Donald Trump.
I miss when Donald
Green
Trump was the
Acres.
silly guy who was in Home Alone 2.
Okay, it's a minute long.
Down the hall and to the left.
Where is that? Yep. Okay. Let's get this.
Oh, I had no idea this would actually turn into this.
Here to sing the theme from Green
There's
Acres.
There's Ellen.
There's
Please welcome
Ellen.
Oh, so
Donald
Ellen
Trump
was there.
And
Ellen
Will
was
Grace's
there.
Karen Walker.
This actually happened.
Did you say Anna racist Kelly? She didn't say that, right? Oh my God, there he is in overalls.
Not the overalls.
Oh, it's the lady from Will and Grace.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Megan.
Why does he sound like the original?
Just give me that countryside.
Sounds like a Disney character.
It sounds more like a Disney character now. That
Man,
voice.
what a simpler time.
That voice, man. All right, I can't. I'm done. All right.
And the one thing they do say, it's like when they go dun-dun-dun-dun, fresh air, dun-dun-dun-dun, Times Square. She goes Trump Tower. You are my wife. Goodbye, city life.
You are my life. Woo! Okay, so back to the topic at hand as we totally just derailed this conversation.
It's completely fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That worked.
Let's go back. So we were talking about the worst place. I don't know how we got to Green Acres. But we were talking about the worst place either you or a friend
because of All in the Family.
All in the Family. That's right. I took us down a rabbit hole. I'm sorry. That was
All in
my
the
fault.
Family.
Yeah.
Hate parade!
Okay, to compose myself a little bit. All right. Whew. All right, here we go. So, Jamie was telling us about her, what was it? You online with this guy who's schizophrenic and didn't know you were real.
I don't even think he is schizophrenic. I think it was just a very poor excuse to break up with somebody.
That's
it's
what
pretty
a
funny
guy.
excuse. I can't even lie.
At least
Looking
you
back
don't
at
have
it
a
now.
baby with him.
I'm so thankful for that. I am so beyond thankful. And
then change your last name to the other two girls' names.
Yeah, no.
He would be like, all the kids need the same last name.
I was in shock. I'm like, dude, how do you pick these women who have the same last name?
It's like sister
Well,
wives,
he's in an
literally.
online chat site. In an online chat log.
No, on
Hate
chat
you.
log. Oh,
He's
man.
like filtering people by
Yeah.
it needs to start with K and
Well, no, those women were in person. Those women were near him because I was like, we were not anywhere remotely close to each other. So, like, if he had to come here, it would take him at least, like, I don't know, almost a day to get
Did you ever meet him?
No.
Good.
And I'm
Oh my
so
God.
happy I didn't.
Probably would have kidnapped you.
That's
and forced
a-
him to become his
He would,
babysitter.
he would talk about how he wanted to meet me for Warped Tour and come down to Nassau Coliseum at the time when
Nothing
it was
good
performing.
happens.
He wanted to take me to the Marriott across the street and have a
Nothing good
time.
happens at
I
the
wanna put a
Marriott
baby
across
in
the
you.
street from
And I
Nassau
was just
Coliseum.
like, I'm paying for a show and I want to go to a show. If you want to do that with somebody else, I guess that's your prerogative.
Yeah, no.
We're here to make the baby.
Like, bro, no, I'm here for a concert, not for that type of time.
Oh, man.
that would put
Going for
Addison,
3.
I want to hear about quickly. I want to hear about a time where either you were broken up with or a friend of yours in a horrible situation. I want to hear the worst story you know about a breakup.
I was third wheeling with my friend.
Oh boy, here we
and
go.
his girl at the time. We were coming back from the city. We just went for a night in the city to have fun.
Okay.
And we were on the way. It was a great night.
All right.
Fantastic. We were all having a great time. And we're on the Long Island Railroad on the way home. Track 19. And
Nothing good happens on track 19.
and we're sitting there, and they're sitting in the seat. I'm sitting in the seat across from them on the aisle because it's almost an empty train. It's pretty spacious.
Yeah.
Now they start getting into some verbal beef. They start fighting, and it starts escalating a little bit. You can see their faces, like they're keeping it quiet, but they're just getting really edgy with each other.
Irritated? Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom of the train. I don't have to use it. I just sitting there and just kind of like.
Why would
on
you
my phone.
go in there?
No, because I just wanted to like walk away for a little
People
bit.
have definitely died.
No, it's okay. It's like a little room. You can just. It's like it's the only place you can lock yourself.
Yeah.
on the
True.
train, so.
True.
And it's fun.
Seclusion.
It's fun.
So about maybe 6-7 minutes later, I come out and I'm walking back to my seat, and they're just sitting there silent, completely quiet.
No.
And I'm like, "Is everyone okay?" Nothing. And I get like a whoop, whoop on my phone, and he goes, "Yeah, we're done." I'm like,
Ooh.
so I look down at my phone. I start
Fun.
smiling because I didn't like her anyway. And I start looking at them. I'm like, "Did this just happen?" Out loud. Like I'm like, "Did this really just happen? Seriously, both of you? This actually just happened?" And he just looks at me, and I just start howling, laughing. I was like, I walked into the next car. You heard the door. I just walked into the other door. I couldn't. Bing, boom, Kew Gardens. It was just it was so hilarious. Like, we have a long ride back to Belmore. This is hilarious. And they sat with each other, and I just couldn't
How
help
would they
it.
sit next to
yeah.
each other?
No, they weren't. They were just sitting across from each other. They just, I guess
I
they
would have
just-
moved. I would have got
They
up
just
and
sat
come
there.
down the
Yeah.
car.
sat there in silence, and in my head, I'm like, we got a long way back to Mary. I just paced up and down the train. Oh my God. It was great. Fantastic.
Ooh, wow,
Oh.
that's a wild
That's why I
story.
love being third wheel sometimes. You don't have to worry
never
about
know.
anything. The drama is not yours. It's yours to be entertained by.
I kind of had a third wheel kind of status deal for my story anyway. So, a friend of mine, this is back like in high school, a friend of mine went to Florida for vacation for summer, and I winded up going to Florida around the same time, and we overlapped a little bit to while we were staying together, and we like met up and hung out and stuff like that. I think we went to Busch Gardens and stuff like that. That was fun. But what happened was he leaves early before I do, so I was like, all right, buddy, safe trip, let me know. Well, I'll talk to you when I get back and hang out, whatever, right? All right, cool. So he lands like it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm staying at my aunt's house. My mom, myself, my brother, we're staying at my aunt's house. My aunt is like, at the time, she's like the 67-year-old woman. She's like, I don't want any noise. Very just nails on chalkboard, you know what I mean? Like, just awful, right? So
Even if she just says hello, Mikey.
like what? So it winds up it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? I'm laying down, I have the TV on like really low, I'm sleeping in the living room, and my phone goes off. Now I forgot to hit the vibrate because I'm not expecting a phone call, right? It's late, and I didn't turn off the ringer, and the ringer's loud. You hear, brrr, and I was like, oh God, I like run and grab my phone, and I'm like, yo, what's wrong? What's up? And it's my buddy Adam, and he's like, bro, I can't. I was like, what is going on? And then you hear, Mikey, why are you on the phone? Get off the phone. I was like, I was like, I don't know what to do at this point because I have my friend crying and just in shambles on the phone. I'm like, I don't know, it's my friend. Hold on, something's wrong. And it's like, it's chaos, right? So I find out from like some friend was like babbling and stuff. I find out that as soon as he lands, he's picked up by our other friend Adam and their two girlfriends, and their two girlfriends actually were best friends too. So them as best friends were dating best friends. So they all pick him up. They all drive back to his house, to see his mom and family and all that stuff. So they're hanging out at his house, and the two couples separate in the yard. One is on one side of the yard, one's on the other side of the yard. And they say it wasn't planned, but it definitely was planned. The two girls broke up with each of them at the same time. At this house. Well, after picking up my boy Adam from the airport.
Both of them, but they're both Adams, so how does that make sense?
So one was Adam, one was Adam.
Oh my gosh.
I used to call him by his last name, one of them by his last name and one of them Adam. So one of his last name was, the nickname was Hojo. So we call him Hojo and one Adam. So that was to avoid the confusion.
Oh my God.
So Hojo's the one that was in Florida, okay? Hojo was in Florida. He comes back. Hojo gets broken up with. Adam gets broken up with at the same time, opposite ends of the yard.
Please tell me the girls got together.
What do you mean? Like dated?
Yeah.
No. I mean, they're still friends to this day.
Dude, that would have been a sick plot twist.
That would have been a plot twist, right? But no, unfortunately, there was no sick plot twist. Just apparently a weird coincidence because the girls swear up and down.
If they're best friends,
they definitely planned it.
They definitely were like, oh, I really hate Adam. I hate Adam too.
They definitely said something to each other, right? That's what I'm thinking too. So yeah, that was something. And then just the chaos that was my aunt's house that night being screamed at while he's on the phone hysterically crying, and I felt terrible for my friend, but like, what can I do? I'm like 1,000 miles away in Florida. You're back in New York. I can't go see you. I can't swing by and be like, let's talk it out. Let's go for a walk or something like that. Man, I can't do anything for you. Like,
how long were they together, each one?
They actually just started, weirdly enough, they were dating around the same time too. It was about a year. They were together maybe close to a year. The two girls were actually from Kellenberg.
Oh, I hate Kellenberg. That makes so much sense.
Makes so much sense. But yeah, so that was my story. But we're talking about these crazy breakups because I thought that this girl was going to have us beat, but I don't know if, at this point if this girl has any of us beat because she got broken up with on a plane.
Oh yeah, I spoke about that one where she was hysterical crying and everything.
Yeah, so...
See, I don't understand, like, why you can't wait until you land. Why do you have to break up with someone on a plane?
Yeah, I have no idea. I wish I could play the video for you, because there is a video of
I
her
played
reaction,
the video.
But,
she was, like, screaming.
There's an F-bomb, yeah. So Jamie knows it, but for those of you who don't know it, if you haven't seen the video has been making rounds of a woman on a plane completely losing her mind because her boyfriend broke up with her.
I would just throw her off the plane.
She literally was screaming, please take me back.
Yeah,
and
she was on the floor crying, like really throwing a temper tantrum, like poor girl.
Yeah, they had like security come in. They asked to remove her. She didn't want to budge. He was just sitting there. Everyone's all like ticked off at the fact
he was there. He was there too.
Until you
They
land.
sat next to each other. They were literally.
This is like my story.
Kinda, yeah. It's
They were-
The poor passengers.
That's what I'm saying.
You're the
Like a crying baby, but louder.
I can handle the baby, but grown people acting like
You
idiots.
can't avoid it.
You're the reason my plane has not left this terminal yet. Get him off.